Hi there, I'm Tiffany Rodius from the Ghana Revenue Authority. This week we focus on submitting the monthly PAYE return, also known as the Form 5. When is the due date of this return, how to submit the return online, and what are common errors to avoid to make filing the return easy. Focus on GRA begins now.
When it comes to healthcare, we all want the best. The best hospitals, the best doctors, and the best treatment. But sometimes the best comes at a heavy cost. Well, the good news is you don't have to worry about VAT on medical, dental, hospital, optical, or paramedical services. There's also no VAT on orthopedic appliances like hearing aids or others that are implanted on the body to compensate for a defect or disability. Sounds like good news to help you feel better for the best.
Welcome to another edition of Focus on GRA, a program of information for taxpayer education. The PAYE return, also known as the return of deduction of tax, or more commonly referred to as the Form 5 return, is due on or before the 14th day of each month. Fellow Communication Officer Mr. Fabian Klaus joins us to explain more.
This return is an employer's record of their employees' monthly emoluments, deductions allowed, and taxes paid for the month of July.
Effective January 1, 2026, and in accordance with the Income Tax Act, employers are required to allow the following deductions in computing the PAYE of their employees. First, the income tax threshold of $140,000 monthly, or 1/3 of gross, whichever is greater. Fabian joins us again to explain other deductions that are required when computing an employee's PAYE.
The monthly deduction up to $10,000 per child for parents with children under 18 years old. Monthly deduction allowed up to $50,000 for income earned from a second job. Monthly deduction allowed up to $50,000 for overtime work. Remember, the tax rates are now 25% on chargeable income up to $280,000 monthly, and 35% on any amount in excess of $280,000 monthly. PAYE deductions from employees' emoluments during the stated period must be paid over to the Ghana Revenue Authority at the time of filing the return. Employers are encouraged to file their PAYE monthly Form 5 using the Optimal e-Services platform. Online filing can be done conveniently from any location with internet access. Validation checks and other features of the platform guarantee minimal errors and timely updates of employers' and employees' records. Visit eservices.gra.gov.gy to sign up for an account and file online and on time.
The GRA provides useful tools to assist employers with the preparation and submission of the PAYE returns online. These tools assist employers with the formatting of returns in prescribed format and electronic filing through the Optimal e-Service platform. Here's a guide on how to create your PAYE return using the PAYE Generator tool. Visit the GRA's website, gra.gov.gy, click the Forms tab, and scroll to PAYE Return. Under this heading, you will find the PAYE File Generator. Select YA 2026. Alternatively, you can search File Your PAYE in the search engine to find the information. When the YA 2026 is selected, the file will be downloaded as a zip folder. Right-click on the zip folder and select Extract All. Save the file in desired location before opening the generator. It is important to note that the PAYE file generator is a spreadsheet that has built-in macros. If using Microsoft Excel, you must ensure that these macros are enabled. Before opening the PAYE file generator, right-click on the file and select Properties. Under the General tab, click the Unblock box next to the security information, then click Apply and OK. Doing this ensures you are able to export your PAYE return as a CSV file. Now that you have enabled macros, you can open the file. The spreadsheet provides instructions on how to input the information. Input the year. In this demonstration, we are using the current year 2026. Then input the period. This is the month for the return. Next, input your company or agency's name, TIN, and address. There is no need to input information in the fields named number of entries, total income, total gross, total deducted, and total tax deducted, as these will be populated when you fill the rows below with your employee information. Now it is time to input each of your employee details. In the TIN column, you will enter the employee's TIN. In the employee number column, if you have a unique number for your employee, you provide it here. If not, just list it out starting from the number 1. In the first name column, enter your employee's first name. Add their last name in the last name column. If your employee has one name, enter it in the last name column only and leave the first name column blank. In the other names column, enter the employee's middle name or other names. In the address column, enter your employee's current address. In the pay frequency column, select whether the employee is paid daily, weekly, or monthly. In this demonstration, the worker is a monthly worker. In the period employed column, specify the number of days, weeks, or months an employee worked. If the employee only worked for part of the month or year, reflect this information using their start and end date. In the employee type column, indicate whether the employee is full or part-time. This column only allows for you to enter full-time or part-time. Moving to the primary second job column, you must state if you are the employee's primary or secondary employer by entering the word primary or secondary. In value 7A salaries wages column, enter the total salaries, wages, commissions, or emoluments paid for the period. Do not include overtime paid in this field. In the total overtime column, enter the total overtime paid for the period. In the second job column, enter the tax-free deduction granted. In the overtime deduction, enter the tax-free deduction granted. Remember, it is up to $50,000 a month allowed for second job and overtime allowances. In the adjusted 7A salaries wages column, the value should be the sum of columns value 7A salaries wages and total overtime minus column second job deduction and overtime deduction. In column value 7B board lodge, enter the value of any residence quarters, board and lodging of the employee's allowance for the period. In columns value 7C other taxable allowances and other non-taxable allowances, enter the total of other taxable and non-taxable allowances in kind received by the employee for the period. In column total income, the value must be the sum of columns adjusted 7A salaries wages, value 7B board lodge, value 7C other taxable allowances, and value 7C other non-taxable allowances. In the personal allowance column, enter the statutory allowance granted to the employee. Remember, this is $140,000 a month or 1/3 of gross, whichever is greater, depending on whether the adjusted salary wages are above or below $420,000 monthly. In the employee NIS contribution column, enter the NIS deduction based on gross earnings. In the medical life insurance premiums deduction column, enter the employee's medical and life insurance premium that were paid. Remember, medical and life insurance premium allowance is limited to 10% of gross salary or $50,000 monthly or the premium paid, whichever is less. In the children deduction column, enter the deduction granted to each child under the age of 18. Remember, this allowance is $10,000 monthly per child. In the total deductions column, enter the sum of columns personal allowance, employee NIS contribution, medical life insurance premium, and child deduction. In the tax deducted column, enter the total tax deducted for the period. In the date of birth column, enter your employee's date of birth. The format is day, month, year. If you have the banking details for the employee, enter these in the columns provided. There is also a column for child declaration number. This is the unique reference number for the employee who provided their declaration form. This number can be created by the employer. Leave these columns blank if you do not have this information. Repeat these steps for each employee until all employee details are entered into the form. In the last row, you will enter the employer details and summary values. Starting in the TIN column, enter the employer's TIN. Leave the employee number column blank and enter the employer's name under the first name column, leaving the last name columns blank as well. Enter the employer's address under the address column. Under the Other Names column, enter the month and year of income, separating the figures with a /. Under the Period Employed column, enter the total number of employees. Next, total all columns that have a numerical value. To generate the CSV file, click the Export button. You will see that the file has been created. If you open the file, you will see all the details you entered in the generator. The next step is to validate your PAYE return. Return to the GRA's website, click the eServices tab, select Calculators and Tools. Next, click on File Format Validator YA 2026. On this page, select PAYE as your tax type. Then upload the CSV file you created. Click Validate PAYE. You will be informed if the return was generated successfully or if there are any errors. If there are no errors, submit your validated CSV file, which is your PAYE Form 5, via the Optimal eService platform. If there are errors, ensure you make the necessary corrections, validate the file again before submitting via the eService platform. To reduce any errors when using the PAYE file generator, in fields where you are required to enter a number, do not use any commas or other separators. Do not include cents. To reduce validation errors, ensure you have the correct name, address, and TIN for each employee. Ensure you use the correct date format as well. For assistance with filing your PAYE returns, you can contact the eService support team. And with that, we've come to the end of another Focus on GRA. To access more information on filing a PAYE return, visit the GRA's website, gra.gov.gy. You can also send your inquiries via email to grapublicrelations@gmail.com or taxadvisory@gra.gov.gy. And don't forget to follow us on our social media pages for up-to-date tax-related information. This was Focus on GRA. I'm Tiffany Rodias. Thank you for watching.